Hey y'all. Hope everyone is doing well today. Um, I don't know. I felt disinclined to speak from my heart space and talk about the dynamic or what challenges I feel like I have faced, and I feel like a lot of um males and females like us face. It's not a bad thing. I don't think it is at all. Um, I do feel like it's a journey, and I feel like everybody radar is different, right? So I feel like there's this level of um, healing that as I'm talking about myself and other people who are similar, um, to the people who have like a really healing nature about themselves, who are healers in their own right, right? We tend to be healers because we have endured things that have caused us to go into our healing spaces, right? Um, it can be emotional, it can be childhood trauma, it can be just things that happen in life that force you to really stand in your power. Like it's just, it's life, right? I find that healers tend to have a purpose on this earth. Um, and we try to we become, I think once we've done the healing work within ourselves and, we give out that healing energy to other people, it can become very difficult for us to maneuver, right? Um, and what you will find is as healers continue to grow in this journey of healing, and that does not just mean herbs, right? Yeah, that's not what I'm saying here. We do tend to be more nature driven, but or we tend to gravitate towards herbs and healing because that's just a piece of who we are. It's not the whole, it's not the whole. So, but what I find is I feel like we have like different purposes to help people solve it through their journeys as well. And then we learn lessons as well. But I feel like there's a very strong, deep knowing that healers' purposes are to help people heal on their own. We're not here trying to heal you. Like, you need to heal. I'm telling you to do it this way and follow my direction, because that's not our purpose. Like, that's not what we do. I think we tend to trigger parts of people that they have buried deep within themselves so that they can heal that. We do that just out of the natural state of who we are as a person. It's not like we're pulling it out and telling people that. It just kind of, when you're in that energy of, say, a healer or an earth angel presence, it just pulls it out of you naturally. For me, it's not easy, right? I find that I don't know. It's like, I find that the more you help people, I won't say help, the more you trigger people into their healing, right? It's like they run. They become defensive sometimes because they don't want to heal, or they realize that there's something energetic about you that scares them. I think that happens a lot with that state, or healers, or like I said, earth angels. We come to, I say, evoke a healing in people. We tend to, when we are in settings with a lot of people, we tend to have a very strong magnetic gravity pull, and there's a different energy. I guess kind of when we walk in a room, it's not I'm all that, or it's none of that. It's just the energy of what healers and earth angels embody. I think that a lot of times, like I said, we are so used to the pull and push of people. There's always a lot of confusion. that we deal with, because when you're pulling something deep within somebody that needs healing, it becomes a very painful place for some people, right? So we also have this moment where we feel that pain too, unfortunately, because we feel people on a negative level that we let into our lives. And for me, I find that the more I am in tune with that, is the more that I'm okay being alone. Yeah, I'm okay being alone. It hurts because it's like you don't necessarily want to be, but it kind of doesn't, because that peace that comes with the loneliness or being alone and being with yourself and growing yourself more as you go through these removals or pull and pushes. It's always this. It's always this. It's always this, right? It forces us to do this. It forces us to ground more. So when these days come in, it just, I know I'm rambling, y'all, but it's interesting. A lot of us healers are, especially women. We're a couple things normally, but I think a lot of us tend to be like midwives, doulas, sound bowl people. Yoga can be kind of like, it kind of can, not every, I don't know, there's some healers in the yoga world where I'm not knocking that. I just don't feel like they're gonna. So I do feel like they open up things for you, but energetically, I just don't know how I feel. But anyway, but most of them are midwives, doulas. They like to go out into the world and, philanthropy and different things like that. We tend to want to make a difference in the world. I say a lot of times because we had to make a difference with ourselves, and we know what it feels like to process that and be better. And it's kind of like we just want to help everybody. It can cause a strain on us. It can cause a strain on us, even though we want to do it and we embody it. We want to do it. Not every earth angel makes it. It's like some of us are meant to stay here and show the world what kindness and peace and real love looks like. And a lot of us, I think overall the goal is we make a huge impact on people, whether they see it when we're here or when we're gone. So, then there's the earth angels who connect with earth angels of the opposite sex very easy, and they're earlier in their lives, and they don't have to experience the half of this, because you have two earth angels or healers that come together, and they become this really beautiful thing that when there's a fluctuation, they work off each other, and they're in unison and they're in rhythm, and they become this beautiful matrimonial connection that everybody wants. And in those, it's like there's a lot of jealousy there. So you have envious friends, you have hidden enemies that like to watch because they just see two beautiful people and they wish that they were in that same situation or predicament. They're not going to tell you that, but there's a lot of envy and jealousy that comes around two earth angels coming together and being very beautiful and musical, and it's like two angels that come together, and it's an unstoppable force. When people see y'all out in public, it's an immediate pause. You don't see it often, but when you have two people who have energy like that, it's so beautiful. And there's people like me who see it and understand it, and it's like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And then there's other people who are looking at me like, that's dope. I want to be, I want that. Some will even try to steal it. Some people will try to. So it's always a fight somewhere for those unhealed people to try to slide their way in. Right? Yeah. But I just said, I was one of those people who was blessed with the earth angel early in my life that I gel with, and then we end up married in our 20s or 30s or whatever. I'm not there. I'm 44 and I'm single. So I'm always fighting battles by myself, which I find is a place where I had to learn to be okay being alone. Doesn't mean that I won't eventually run into someone who's similar, right? But we're okay if we don't. Because a lot of times we're busy out here in these fields trying to be the best version we can be for ourselves naturally and pulling out the healing in other people. It can be heavy. And we still smile through it. It can be heavy, we cry, and we smile when we cry. It's just the nature of the healing. We know that good things are always going to come out, and if not, we continue to be the good for other people, right? I don't know how to explain that. Anyway, it's kind of hard for me to explain it, but it's like there's a grounding, right? There's a place in us that's just where we continue to heal naturally. And like I said, it brings on the healing for other people who want the healing. And like I said, to the ones who don't want it, it becomes very evident, and it's painful because we have to deal with the backlash of people who are going to hell. Yeah. That can play a toll on us, especially when a person who chooses not to heal continues to try to place you in their energy or try to force you to deal with them. I think we know we don't belong there, right? Like, we don't belong here. You ain't even trying to. You're not trying to face it, and and granted, we will continue to stay around for that. For a little while, right? But I think after a while, when you start to see that pattern isn't at a place where that person is willing to change and they're starting to drag you down, it's best to remove yourself and not stay in that energy, because it's very easy. I feel like demons jump, and I think negativity jumps, and we have to be aware of what we're dealing with, right? And then there's the ones who want to heal. They really do. They tend to go into what we go to a lot because they don't even realize how really they are themselves. Because they've been kind of like, like that screen on the TV, they've kind of been zoned out for a second trying to figure out themselves. They know something's different, and then they meet someone who's similar, and it's almost like a push and pull. I think in love relationships or like romantic connections, those are called twin flames. And like normal day-to-day connections, that's just kind of just, again, that person who is wanting to heal, staying stuck in their situation. I don't run. But people who get it. But at the end of the day, the goal is to make an impact. Some of us don't always stay in this 3D, right? Some of us go in that 5D and they're still doing the work. And they're not here on earth. Right? But we know them to be those earth angels or those healers who made a huge impact, because a lot of people realize them and their legacy and their their spirit and of healing and being amazing people. It's still just, it's here on this earth in that 3D and in that 5D you feel every day. Or and some people, I don't know, who are unhealed will turn a blind eye to it, or they'll hear what they want to hear because they still have to do the healing themselves. So I feel like my earth angel is my father, right? I don't know. I just feel that, like, I hear my father every day, and I listen to him a lot more. As I've gone through my healing journey, I lost my father at 2021. Amazing person. Amazing person. I never understood his silence and how he was until now. Yeah. I didn't realize his earth angel capabilities until after he passed. Oh man. Oh. My dad was an earth angel. Very much so. They're usually very quiet. They don't connect to people very often. A lot of people, they like being home. And that was my dad, like, always in the house, chilling with his family, like, building things. Always building stuff. Like, my dad would literally make water fountains with his hands, like, and just, he would go out in the yard, he would clean out his boat and go fishing, and just a very creative person. He wasn't the go out type person. Oh, my dad, man. He loved what he loved, and he didn't give a, pardon my French, he didn't give a fuck whether you liked it or not. My father was just himself, and I think a lot of people need to embody that in a good way. But going back and looking at, like, my father and the type of person he was, my dad was like, he was just he was spontaneous, he was fun, he was grounded, very peaceful. Yeah, I feel like my dad was an earth angel. But now it's crazy because I've gravitated towards so many of his qualities, and I see that, and I embrace it and I embody it. But I want to say, like, earth angels or like healers, we leave major impacts on people's lives, whether it's to trigger you into your healing, because we're not healers, or to show you where your places of healing are needed, whether you choose to heal it or not. It just pulls it out of you. I think that's my biggest message. And I think for my dad, he definitely would trigger certain things within his partner, which is my mom, of course. To me, I felt like those are triggers she never wanted to hear. I think that's the other side, or the other flip of things, right? She never wanted to heal it. And they would just be like, but they loved each other. And that to him was enough. And to my mom, yeah, it was enough for her too. But that healing part of her, that inner child, was just difficult for her. And it still is to this day. But I believe in breaking those generational molds or curses, or things that didn't suit us growing up. And for my son and us, well, I'm a single mom, right? Yeah, by choice, because I'm not just choosing anybody to be in my life, right? I'm cool being alone. You know, Yeah, we might meet somebody and they're amazing, and it's very rare that happens because we're picky. So not picky at a point where we're just ridiculous with it, but we know what we want and we go for it, or whatever the case may be. But I'm a single mom by choice. I can very easily just meet some guy, get married. But there's a depth that I look for in an individual that allows me that even thought to come across my head, and I'm cool being a single mom. But the goal, as I was saying, is to break those generational curses. I don't ever want to be a mom who ends up with somebody just because I need to be with somebody, right? That's, to me, is breaking the generational curse in my bloodline. I won't say my bloodline. How can I explain it? I would say the generational curse that I would be breaking in my bloodline is not being in a relationship that causes trauma bonds or argumentative states all the time, or ego-driven love. And that's not my parents. I'm talking family, people that I'm surrounded by. I don't want to be in relationships that are driven off of ego. I prefer the relationships that are safe, respectful, reciprocal, and free. I don't want to be bound and bonded to a relationship because I like to feel the warmth of somebody's body, right? I want to connect with people that connect with me, right? I can be myself because I'm with somebody who is okay, and we're cool with being each other's selves. I think that is extremely important. That healthy relationships are able to be safe and secure in the sense that they can talk to each other about anything. So I find this generation is a little bit different. It's definitely odd. The dating scene. Me and my homegirl, we talked about this in depth. About how the dating scene is out here. How it is now. It's very. I wish I could describe it. In my personal opinion, there's not enough men's men out here. Like my father was a man's man. Like, there's not enough of that. And what I mean by that is, I'm here to protect and provide and do the right thing cohesively as a family unit. That's what my drive is when I'm dating you. I just want to fuck. You look good. It's a whole. I'm not a whole. You know what I'm saying? I'm a whole person. I'm a whole person. Like I don't necessarily work well off of those connections that are very low vibrational. So I find that a lot of the connections, I want to say connections, a lot of the time I don't date because, and I feel like you need to do more of it. I don't date because I don't feel comfortable dating, and I hate to say it like this, effeminate men. Men who are not men's men. Like, just they gossip like bitches. That was me. But they gossip like females. They're always in a funky ass mood. They're always jealous. They don't want you doing nothing and going out nowhere because they don't have security within themselves in the connection. Nor do they ever want to try to build a connection where they felt secure in it. They just want to fuck, or they want to just be in your energy. And mine, of course, would be healing. So that brings on more demons, more So dating scene is just horrible. And then there's one time, I'm a good man. Really? Granted, I'm not perfect. I ain't saying I'm the perfect woman out here, but I'm mentally stable. I'm balanced, and what's the best way to describe it? I don't do that toxic shit. And let me say one thing: I'm not. Pick me. Ooh, pick me. Whatever you want. Bark like a dog. Okay. Roof. 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 Hop on my leg. Roof. 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 I ain't no goddamn pick me. It's pick me. So yeah, I'm cool being by myself. Would have been like my dad. You know what I'm saying? Just this dating scene sucks. Especially when you have like a good, your goal is not to be shady. Like you really want to connect with somebody. There's not too many men out here that want to connect with somebody. They'd rather be out with their boys or like some low vibrational chick to just give them some pussy, or some chick who's gonna pick me shit. Like run like a dog, bark like an elephant. I mean, yodel like a yodeler. Like yes. And granted, look, here's the thing about us, like, or someone like myself, we are very submissive when need be. Don't get it from me. But what we're not gonna do is be like that to somebody who's not reciprocal, right? So if I'm putting in the work and you're putting in the work and we're both putting in work, that's it. The moment sometimes you see it's like that I'm not trying, keyword trying, I'm not trying to reciprocate what you're giving. We're not gonna raise our hand and be like, pick me, and try to find every way to bring you back in. Pick me. Pick me. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, don't leave me. Oh. Bitch, really? Like, a real one ain't gonna be no pick me. A real one's gonna be a real one. I give you what you give me. So if you give me affection and time, oh wait, I'm gonna give you affection and time. If there's a pull and a push, I'm gonna pull, but I'm gonna really not push. That pushing, I'm not pushing myself onto nobody. There's a magnetic thing that has to happen, and it has to be on the same frequency. So yeah, I'm single and I'm cool with that. Yeah. So these are the late bloomers out of that. Like I said, then you find your magnet very early on, and y'all just some magnetic ass motherfuckers, and y'all just out here making shit happen. It's beautiful to see that. Again, you're gonna have a lot of jealous friends that want it. Then you're gonna have a lot of jealous people around you because they see that magic in both of you. So it's kind of dope, but it sucks a little bit too. But yeah, the overall thing is healers and earth angels and people who come out here and do the work, but not necessarily forcing it, but just being yourself is part of the work. We trigger a lot of people. I find that I trigger a lot of demons and people. So it's like, I can just be somewhere and this is what I'm like, I can just be somewhere. The first conversation I have, I automatically see your aura. I don't know what it is about me lately, but ooh, I see auras immediately with the first 3 words. It's like, hey, how you doing? I don't know if y'all have ever like encountered a dark energy, like, or like a person who really don't fucking like you. Just because you are who you are, you irritate their demons. I've had that happen, and I think a lot of times we get taken back. Ooh. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? Hey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything you'd like to say? I don't know, it's not like that, but I'm just kind of like showing you like the energy. It's like, yeah. And you're like, yep. Bye. It's like, get your evil ass away from me. It's an energy. I don't know. Yeah. Oh boy, have I counted that before. Some people just don't like your positivity, right? Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. It's that simple. Why the fuck you coming over here? Oh, so you can put that negativity in that, ego's big bald energy over here. Bitch, oh motherfucker, I don't move like that. So I think those energies are the ones who want to gravitate and pull and keep people around and do things like that. I think it's an underhanded agenda somehow. People like that. They might not show their hand to certain people, unless it's a competitive nature. Then they're showing their hand. They're like, yeah. I'm not competing with nobody for anything, and I think that's what keeps me in a very peaceful place in life. I don't compete. I'm just who I am. Either you're gonna love me for who I am, or you're gonna rock with me for who I am. It's not about love all the time. Or I'm cool being in my space. You gotta be cool being in your space. It took a long time to get there. And I think a lot of times we tend to gravitate towards those codependent energies because we want to save them, or we want to help them through their process, whatever the case may be. Because we're natural born healers or things we want to help people. Until we grow out of that stage. I've grown out of it. It took me a long time to get there though. And it's very recent. But I'd say within the last 3 years that I got to the point where I'm okay with trying to be in that energy of someone who needs to be healed, who's like trying to heal. We tend to, like in the past, this is just me, we tend to have people in our lives who like to cling. And it's not clinging because they really love you. They're clinging because they love your energy, but they want to sometimes destroy it. It's been narcissism's destructional part, but they want to destroy your essence because they're jealous of it, or they want to keep you stuck with them in a sense. So what you'll find is you start to lose your identity if you continue to live in that space with someone who's, to me in a sense, more envious of your light or want to dim it, or they want to keep you stuck to them because they want you to be the light in their dark space. They're not trying to brighten. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the worst. So then you start to lose your identity. So just be very careful of things like that, I would say. It's like they manipulate you into staying. They force their hand. Ooh. They force their hand. It's like, oh, you don't want to be with me? All this I did for you? Oh, you don't want to stay around? Well, remember this. Oh, you don't stay around? Yeah, I got some stuff on you. I'll just go ahead and spread it to the world. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you really? You that mad? I gotta stay around and be miserable because your ass miserable too? Like, not the worst damn energy ever. And it's crazy. It's like when you do try to walk away from it, they come back with this sweet, innocent demeanor. It's like, hi. Or, hey, baby. How you been? I missed you so much. Or hey, whatever you want, whatever you like. Ooh, 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 pick me! Because I'm miserable and I fucking hate myself. And I'm just miserable and I have to have you. Or you're mine forever. Pick me! Stay away from that shit. Woo. But two earth angels are nice though. I love seeing them. I don't see them a lot, but I know when I see. Ooh, I know. Two healers. It's just beautiful. Just have a healing spirit, and two of them together just makes it. And that's the top about the babies. Oh, do they have kids? Oh, it's like the perfect little family. They're just so beautiful, and everybody's like, ah. And the Judge Charles one is like, yeah, it's just different. I don't know. The key point I'm trying to gravitate towards here is know when to use your discernment when it comes to bringing about a healing to people, or bring your healing energy to people, or bring your naturally born healing self to people, because a lot of people gravitate towards you for lower vibe things. I'll try to keep you. I try to get you in their energy because they see something vibing high, and if something is vibing high, you have to jump to get to it, right? Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. I'm hanging on. Pick me. And that's in any type of relation. That's romantic, friendship, whatever. It's just like, yeah. Just be careful who you give your time to, healers and earth angels. Just be careful. It'll cause you more pain in the end. Good example for me. I had a relationship that I had to fight for 5 years because of sexual sleep. Like, it's not fun. Yeah, it's not fun. It's okay to be alone. Like, and we know what we want, so I think because we've been through so much of a challenge with friends and family and relationships, it's like, god damn, like, why is all this energy coming toward me? And I'm just like happy and chipper, and people hate it. Some people just hate it. Why does be so happy? Because I want to be, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's just, people don't really believe that you're genuinely that way. I am. Do I cry? Yeah. Do I feel negativity in my emotions? And do I want to, like, punch a wall sometimes? I don't know about punch a wall. Do I want to, like, go run a mile to get it off? Yeah. Do I want to sit by the rocks and look at the water go down the stream? Yes. I'm not a valid person. That's okay, I'll be on Tuesday. But no, I'm not a valid person, so I think a lot of people can relate to what I'm saying. We try to keep peace, man. We like peace. I don't know. But I think this is about to wrap it up right here, because I tell you, I'll just be rambling, but I'm just being myself. And I find that we come in all different shapes and forms. Like I said, for most of us women, like, who are like natural born healers, or like, I would say earth angels, or just the high vibe people, we tend to be doulas and midwives. Things that help other people in a way. Herbalists. Yeah. We tend to be Reiki workers. There are just so many things that we tend to gravitate towards because it helps us to, it feels good for us to help people do the work. The goal is not to force it. I think I should have said this right away. But we want to enrich the experience with the person who is trying. Keep trying to heal. And we tend to be alone for that reason. But like I said, to the ones who get it early and find that person who's just as healing as them, they're just very beautiful. So, yep, that's it. 40 minutes of this rambling, but yeah, major impacts on the world. That's the goal. And I mean that in the most sincere, you do it because you love it type of way. So all those healers out there, all those earth angels out there, all those amazing people out here who want to make a difference in the world, we need more of you. Oh, this world can be so ugly and just cold and manipulative and ego-driven and pick me because I don't know who I am. And, I know I ain't supposed to be in this space where I'm at. I just need someone to pick. It's just a lot of that. It's a lot of just bitterness and bullshit. We need y'all, man. We need more earth angels and healers in the world. Just light beings, because it's just dark. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.